Hi babes, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for all your love and support. I hope all is well with everyone that means me well. This is going to be another very interesting message. Hopefully this message does not resonate with anyone in an aspect of you having anything to do with this particular reading. However, stick around. Hear me out. I am going to get into the download, the channel message, and then I'm going to get into the tarot as well. A couple of weeks ago, I came across the word cannibalism. Within 3 days in a row, I was reminded by something affiliated with or within the category of cannibalism. So on a Monday, I was tapping in with my spiritual team and I saw the word cannibalism. Didn't think anything of it, kept going on about my day. That following Tuesday or Wednesday, I actually finally found the time to chill and relax and find a movie to watch. I haven't been watching a lot of movies. I haven't been watching a lot of television lately for the last few months because I've just been so busy doing other things. I was cooking, decided to watch a movie while eating, and I went to Tubi and I came across this movie called Bones and All. Now, if you don't or haven't heard about that movie came out in 2022. I actually saw the previews of when that movie was actually being advertised when I was in the movie theater when I was going to see another movie. I can't remember what movie it was though. I don't know if it was The Woman King or Creed or The Last House Party or The Last Creed. I'm not sure which movie it was. It was one of those movies, and I saw the previews or of Bones and All, and I'm like, wow, that's weird. And at the time, I really didn't think too much of it. I was just like, wow, I really didn't even grasp the whole concept of what the movie was actually going to be about at that time. So push forward. I actually saw something about the movie again when it actually came out. I believe it was being advertised of when it actually was in theaters or when it finally dropped on like TV apps. I saw it on a TV app of when it was being like advertised after it had been released from the theater. Okay, so I have to get into this message. So because I was receiving all the confirmations, Spirit was telling me then a couple of weeks ago that it wasn't the right time to start talking about it. So here it is again. It came up this rising, cannibalism. So now this is the time to speak about it. I know for a fact that, and I believe I stated that, Spirit, if I see that word again, if I'm being reminded about it again, that is going to be my cue or my confirmation to go ahead and talk about it. So here we are. I'm pretty sure you all already know. However, I'm just going to give brief descriptions of what it is. So the overall concept or definition via Google is the practice of eating the flesh of one's own species, or usually ritualistic eating of human flesh by a human being, or the eating of the flesh of an animal by another animal of the same kind. Okay, follow me, okay? So I actually ended up doing a lot of digging, like figuring out like because I was very intrigued as to why Spirit was bringing this to my attention. I actually started even watching the movie, y'all. I couldn't even get through the whole movie. Like, it took such a dark turn, bro, within the first, 10 minutes of the movie, bro. Bro, if you were interested in watching this movie, it's like a romantic, horror film. So, hey, go ahead. It's on Tubi. You can watch it for free. So, upon watching the movie, I came across different aspects of cannibalism, where it came from, where it originated, and things like that, right? So, do you all know that cannibalism is illegal in every state in the U.S. except Idaho? Why? I still have not found that out. If you know why, leave a comment. Drop a comment. Let me know why. However, cannibalism is illegal in every state except one. According to Google, cannibalism is illegal. It's illegal to kill someone to use them for cannibalism purposes. It is also illegal even if someone gives you permission to eat them after they die. It's still considered illegal. So that leads me to believe, okay, if you can't, murder someone and they can't give you permission to use their corpse or eat them once they are deceased, why is something like this legal in all 49 states? You know what I mean? It doesn't make sense, right? So I got so deep within it, y'all. So basically, this is a lot of stuff that I've already knew about, and I'm sure a lot of you do as well. There has been a lot going on in the media in regards to people going missing and people, the graveyards not being able to hold enough bodies to carry on, or to sustain all of the deaths that happen frequently throughout the years. So what's going on? What's happening to all the missing people, or what's happening with all the bodies? You know what I mean? I believe, which has been stated before, that a lot of these bodies, a lot of these people are being put into the food. Because if you think about it, there are not enough chickens, cows, and pigs bred, born to suffice the demand of the population in which people consume meat. Okay? There are, if not tens of thousands, bro, I believe there are tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, between fast food, restaurants, sit down, eat, drive through, pull up, go in, grocery stores, butcher shops, meat markets. Bro, it's just not enough. It's not enough to actually produce the amount of meat that people consume on a daily basis, bro, every single day or night. I mean, I'm sure it's a mixture of all kind of stuff, bro. It could be horse meat, rat meat, human flesh. It could be all kinds of stuff being produced in these burgers, in these chilies, and especially in the ground beef, turkey meats, and y'all, think about it, bro. Think about it. And then they're telling us there are multiple videos online on the World Wide Web right now that are consuming that are conveying, that are talking about, that are confirming the new processes they have into liquefying humans and turning them into powder substances. I believe they're sprinkling these powder substances within the foods, within the crops, within the different things that are being produced worldwide, right? Mind you, there are several countries right now where cannibalism is illegal, banned, and so is meat. Any type of animal consumption is not allowed. Okay? So follow me, listen to me, okay? So we all know, if you don't know, that this is a ritualistic thing. A lot of people feel as if they consume the flesh of another, especially their enemy, that they will consume the energy or the power that that person possess by eating them or eating parts of them. Okay, so back to the movie aspect of it. Within the movie itself, there was this guy who was telling the girl that he could smell her, and he knew how to find her by her scent, and his ability to sense or smell so effectively. He was categorized as they are categorized as eaters. And she began to also develop the sense of smell to know, who was actually exactly like her. He said that there's a lot of significance in the things that they were saying within the movie, the little bit of the movie that I did see or hear. He stated that the number one rule was eaters don't eat other eaters. He also stated that he could smell death on a person. Like his scent had become, his sense to smell had become so, which is, I believe it's clairgustance. But let me be sure. My bad. I believe clairgustance is the ability to taste things that aren't necessarily present. Clairalience is the ability to smell with your intuitive nose. So being able to smell different things, even if those things aren't necessarily present or around you in that moment. He also referred to the thing, there was some sort of thing within them. There was some sort of demon or demonic entity or entities within them that was causing them to want to or need to have to feed on the flesh of other humans. Mind you, there are actual legal secret societal restaurants right now in different states that condone and practice and eat humans, y'all. There are actual, most of them, I believe all of them, I'm not sure, they require you to have a certain membership or access to be able to get inside of the restaurants or the places of where cannibalism is held or done in certain states right now within the U.S. Now, this is something that I knew prior to even all of this. And it's crazy because, just let me keep going. Just listen, okay? Mind you, we obviously know, or if you don't, I'm telling you now, this is something that has been going on for centuries. This is not something that just started. This, you know what I mean? A lot of it has been passed down through generations, through like, I believe a lot of it had a lot to do with ancient parts of the world, spaces in time where it was going on. I also did some research as to why people feel the need or want to resort to cannibalism. And this is what Google stated. Number one, survival cannibalism. This occurs in extreme situations like famine, shipwrecks, military sieges, or other disasters where people are driven by starvation and the will to survive to consume human flesh at a last resort. There's also some sort of documentary or documentation of the Donner Party, which were survivors of the Uruguayan Air Force Flight 571. In situations, individuals often engage in necro-cannibalism, eating those who have already died rather than killing for food, though there are documented exceptions. Number two, cultural and ritualistic cannibalism. Societies and cultures incorporated cannibalism into their belief systems and practices, such as endo-cannibalism, which involves consuming members of one's own community, often as a part of funerary rites, to express grief, honor the deceased, and to metaphorically guide their souls. And exo-cannibalism, as I stated already. This involves consuming individuals from outside the community, often enemies killed in warfare, to assert dominance, seek revenge, or symbolize the incorporation of enemies' strength or spirit. Okay. Number three, pathological cannibalism, which is, they're stating, a rare form of link to survive mental illness. Individuals engaging in pathological cannibalism may be experiencing delusions or hallucinations or acting out of desires for control, dominance, or sexual gratification. Serial killers like Jeffrey Dahmer are extreme examples of individuals who were driven by such motivations, which stood out to me the most. Also, medicinal cannibalism. Human tissues are consumed for their perceived medicinal value. Human predation or human predation involve hunting and eating people for food even when other food sources were available. And innocent cannibalism. In these rare cases, individuals unknowingly consume human flesh, which is through the food, through the restaurants, through the food chains, etc. So, upon further research, I also came across cannibalism being often associated with psychiatric disorders, exclusively rooted in mental illness, substance abuse, antisocial traits, and environmental upbringings. This also led me to the heavy realization of people with or that have been diagnosed with schizophrenia. They tend to partake in cannibalism. If you don't already know, Google's definition of schizophrenia is a mental disorder characterized by disruptions in thought processes, perceptions, emotional responsiveness, and social interactions. Can also mean involving a breakdown in the relation between thought, emotion, and behavior, leading to faculty perception, inappropriate actions and feelings, withdrawal from reality and personal relationships into fantasy and delusion, and a sense of mental fragmentation. Y'all, Believe me or not, I do not care. I just came across a movie. I can't remember the name of the movie. It's a Tubi movie. It was released in 2025. Just the other night, this week, in regards to a guy being diagnosed with schizophrenia. And in the movie, I didn't get to finish it yet, but I didn't even know that it was going to have anything to do with schizophrenia. The psychologist in the movie stated that you aren't schizophrenic. You have schizophrenia. So there must be, some sort of correlation with an inability to differentiate, or some sort